Okay. So a little bit about me. My name is Abigail Hoegberg. I have been a part of our Trendalytics editorial team for 4 years now. I also have a background in buying, and I'm super passionate about writing, especially when it comes to poetry. So a few fun facts about me. I think we are going to go ahead and get started. So this is going to be our roadmap for today. We are going to start by diving into our methodology here at Trendalytics, and then talk to the trends really shaping this summer and months to come within women's wear, menswear, children's wear, and beauty as well. So here at Trendalytics, we are not guessing about what the trends are or the next big it item. We have an AI-powered platform that actually tracks millions of data points to give you actionable insights, especially when it comes to product assortment planning, pricing, and also consumer-centric messaging too. We also track the life cycle of a trend. So as you can see, we track emerging trends that are starting to grow in data, and then safe bets that are sure to last for a few months, and then peaking trends and trends on their way out. But today we're going to be focusing on emerging and safe bet trends. So we're going to start in women's wear. So something that really piqued my interest here in the data is this interest in jackets. So we've got like bubble hoodies, polka dot jackets, and funnel neck jackets too. And something about jackets that's interesting is that they're becoming a statement piece with feminine touches, especially with this sporty aesthetic that's really taking over right now. We're seeing consumers opt for a girlish bubble jacket or polka dots like this Adidas jacket here. And with the funnel neck, I'm really seeing this resonate well with lightweight windbreakers. So a great piece for the summer and going into early fall. Okay, so obviously FIFA is very of the moment right now. I've got a little Adidas soccer jersey on today. Um, but what's really interesting about the data here is how the street style set is styling these looks. So something that's going to stick around are the denim Bermuda shorts. We saw this really peak in interest on TikTok back in January. People going to festivals like Coachella were planning their outfits around this long line silhouette. And the interest just continues to grow, especially with style icons like Kendall Jenner and Hailey Bieber being seen in this style. Alongside this, we also have the Adidas Samba Jane. So this style and other iterations of this are going to continue to perform well because what we're seeing with these sporty outfits is feminine touches. We saw this at Simone Roca Fall Winter 26 when they partnered up with Adidas and they added kind of these coquette details. And so ballet inspired sneakers are going to continue to perform really well here. Okay, and then we have some summer favorite styles that are really defining this summer and this season. So we've got the capri pant. This piece particularly grew in search growth and consumer interest because of Love Story and the CBK aesthetic. She was spotted wearing this style in the past, and it continues to grow as a wardrobe staple. And paired with this, oftentimes are kitten heels, kitten heel flip-flops. And we're seeing this resonate, and it's going to continue to resonate through next summer, as this was a key piece on the Miami Swim Week runways. Okay, that brings us into denim. So obviously you can see skinny jeans kind of having a moment in the data here. And what's interesting is we're seeing the denim category really evolve. So rather than the wide legs, they're slowly becoming slimmer. So we've got like high-rise straight jeans or the cigarette jean, that's a street style favorite. And so the skinny jeans are kind of having their moment in here as well. When I saw this data point, I was curious. I asked our Trend Pulse AI tool, where are skinny jeans going? And so they're definitely going to be part of assortments, but they're not going to be taking over the category as the main silhouette. We saw this back in the 2010s. Everybody had a pair of skinny jeans, but this year it's going to be a little bit different. Assortments are going to be more varied. Consumers are picking and choosing different silhouettes of jeans to pair with different outfits. My go-to is the high-rise straight jean. I pair it with sneakers, but then in the winter when I want to wear a cute pair of boots and show them off, I do opt for my skinny jeans. So that is something to note here as we go into fall and winter and see where this data really goes. Okay, now we are going to go into menswear. So obviously it's not new. Footwear is key within the menswear space. But something that really caught my attention was this heightened interest in hybrid shoes and cross-training shoes. In the data, I actually saw searches for strength conditioning really rise. And so I think that has to say about consumers wanting more from their shoes as they're switching workouts. So the cross-training shoe is perfect for going from running to weightlifting. And we're seeing brands like On and Nike do this really well. Okay, mountain men. So this season, we're obviously seeing people get outside. People are interested in hiking, camping, and hunting. And so utility clothing is top of mind for consumers here. We've got men's utility shirts and hiking pants. And not only is this good for utility when you're outdoors, but also we saw this at the Louis Vuitton Spring Summer 26 runways. So it's also a fashion statement and a style, and it's not necessarily just for the utility aspect. And then within shoes, we've got hiking sandals and rugged boots. And rugged boots here, again, consumers are wanting more from their shoes, be able to seamlessly transition between different activities. So whether that's hiking and then also going out to dinner, we're seeing styles like Timberlands be key here, especially among the street style set. Okay, Jersey Mania. So here are the jerseys that are really growing in American search interest this summer. We've got France, Portugal, the Netherlands, and Japan. And of course, the US soccer jersey. I think being one of the host nations has really um, our patriotism has gained momentum. So we're going to see people wear US soccer jerseys for the 4th of July, for the holiday. But not only that, we're going to see jerseys really resonate and continue to grow, especially through the holiday season, as top wish list items. And then we have watches on the rise. So luxury watches are up 354% in searches. And this is largely due to some new brand releases. Solar powered watches. We just saw a new launch by Citizen. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary of their Eco Drive solar powered watches. They released a limited edition collection. So that's why we see that trend spiking here. Similarly, Hamilton watches are starting to emerge in growth data. This brand has American heritage, and they just released a special edition watch. It's a field watch to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States. And something fun about that is we're going to see this watch make an appearance in the new movie. I can't remember the name of it, but with Emily Blunt. And so that's kind of a fun, buzzy way to promote the product. Now we're going to move into beauty. So with the data here, I did see some interest in hair care, like silicone-free hair care, hyaluronic acid hair serums. Consumers are opting for more natural ingredients. I know Briogeo is a good brand to note here with silicone-free hair care. I tried to go purple a few years ago and it wrecked my hair, and then I switched to Briogeo, and the natural ingredients, silicone-free, really revived my hair. And so other consumers are experiencing heightened interest with that as well. And they're really trying to get to the root of the problem and just naturally help that scalp and promote hair growth. Nail polish. These are some of the top manicures of the season that are going to continue to resonate. So we've got Milky French tips. These kind of jelly sheer looks are really on the rise. We saw some of these during the fall winter runway shows with bare nails at Altuzara and some other designers as well. And then we have ballet pink and matcha green nails, some popular pastels here. And then we also have polka dot nail art. This is continuing to grow 568% in searches. We saw this really start to rise to fame last summer. It was a go-to vacation manicure, and it felt much more punchy and retro. Whereas this year, it's kind of taking a more subtle twist, more minimal polka dots that feel really chic and classic. My mom just got a manicure. She did a soft buttery yellow and brown, and she did little polka dots on it. So it was just a little fun touch, but it wasn't too crazy, too bold. Oh, whoops. Let me go back here. Sorry about that. All right. Skin barrier focus. So, because consumers are opting for more of those natural ingredients, we're seeing that resonate in hair care, but also skincare. They want to boost their natural skin's defense system. And one way of doing this is skin flooding. This trend actually took off on TikTok in March of 2024. And it's starting to rise to fame once again, where you put on a ton of moisturizers, sleep overnight, and then you wake up with really plump, hydrated skin. And people are also interested in peptides and polypeptide skincare to really enforce just that foundation of skin health. Youth to the People is a brand to note here that has a good polypeptide cream. And lastly, within beauty, we have Euphoria makeup. This was a huge trend on TikTok when season one came out. And with the latest season coming out, obviously it's rising in interest once again. So, some looks in the TV show that are really resonating are frosty makeup looks. Like here in this image, we've got kind of a frosty eyeshadow look. We saw this on the runways at Anna Sui as well in the fall winter 26 collections. And then we also have bold lips. We saw this at Roberto Cavalli and glow sprays for kind of that shiny goddess moment with skin. But this makeup look is not only just inspired from the TV show, we've seen it across runways and influencers, and it's going to continue to resonate for holiday makeup looks that feel really bold and feminine. Within children's wear, the first thing that caught my eye was all of the polka dot data. In the safe bet trends category, we've got polka dot rompers, pants, shirts, sweaters, jumpsuits, all the things. And something that's interesting here is nostalgia is really driving parents when it comes to shopping for their kiddos. So, as we can see, this resonates in punchy retro inspired prints like bold polka dots, and also stripes that feel kind of sporty and vintage. So within children's wear, we have a few seasonal standouts. Jelly shoes have been key. Not only is this resonating in women's wear, but it's also filtering into children's wear. This is a nostalgic shoe. I know I wore jellies when I was like 7 years old. And so they're making a comeback not only as a nostalgic buy for parents, but they're also incredibly durable. Like when kids are outside playing in the dirt or in water, jelly shoes are going to survive it all. We also have embroidered shorts. I've been seeing this from retailers like Gap and Children's Place. And even on social media, people are posting DIY embroidery videos, like putting little seashells or flowers on the back pocket of their shorts or jeans. So this is kind of a fun trend that we're going to continue to see through the denim category. And then, like I was talking about with retro prints, we have striped shirts and striped pants really performing well and going to be a top pick through the fall and winter as well. Especially with this sporty soccer aesthetic. Like in this picture here from Mango, we're going to see sports take on more, or stripes take on more of a sporty look. And here we've got some nostalgic hair accessories. So the tortoise headband, this made a huge comeback because of the Love Story TV show and CBK. And then alongside that, we've got tortoise hair clips to match. So a nostalgic favorite that made a comeback because of a pop culture influence. And then we have mini hair clips seen in flowers and butterflies, which I know I had as a kid, and then zigzag headbands as well. So parents are reintroducing childhood favorites to a new generation. Here we're going to talk about dresses in the children's wear category. So baby doll mini dresses first really had a moment in women's wear. We saw this when Sabrina Carpenter and Olivia Rodrigo wore this silhouette, and then parents love it, and now it's taking on a little more of an innocent, girlish iteration here in children's wear. Similarly, the denim pinafore dresses or apron dresses are slowly on the rise, which is interesting. It wouldn't be like a trend I thought I would see in the data, but that just goes to show that classic silhouettes are making a comeback. We did see this on runways, like Miu Miu did an iteration of this with different embellishments on the bodice. And then we have Rick Rack dresses, super fun, adds a pop of color and some shape, and mix and match dresses with different fabrics and prints, which were resonating in women's wear and now really popular within kids. All right. So I'm going to open it up to some questions if you guys have any. Okay. So here we have a question about bloatcore. So once the World Cup is over, is bloatcore going to decline or continue to evolve into a retro sport trend? Yes, so I think that bloatcore is not only just about sports. I think that it's more about the community behind sport. I think the World Cup is just fueling this trend, but we're going to continue to see it resonate beyond just the World Cup and other retro soccer inspired styles. All right. What colors are going to be dominating in the denim category? This is a good question. So within denim, we're going to see a lot of those lived-in looks. So we're going to see that in ecru or sandwash denim, and then also in lightweight vintage or lighter blue vintage styles. So light blue wash jeans or even dark blues with really heavy whiskering or distressing. And then also charcoals and some olive jeans as well. We saw kind of distressed charcoal at Diesel recently. All right. I have one more here that I'll answer really quick. Is skin flooding and barrier focus just a summer trend? So I think no, this is not just a summer trend. We're going to see this continue through the fall and winter, especially as our skin gets really dry and sensitive with the colder months. People are really going to be focusing on hydration and really fueling our skin barrier and our natural or defense system. So this is going to continue to gain momentum through the months to come. All right, I think that is about the time that we have. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email us at hello@trendalytics.co. Follow us on social medias to get regular trend updates as well as be aware of when our next webinar is coming up. Thank you guys so much.